welcome to episode 151 of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate. Thank you so much for taking some time to join me today. If I can talk, I had a long morning shift at a job this morning, so I have already talked to so many people. Words are a little bit tapped out, so this is going to be an interesting episode, I think. But it has been, I believe, 3 weeks since the last episode, which is kind of crazy. I was supposed to record last week, but I had like half of a voice and it was just not gonna happen. And insanely busy on top of that. So here we are, episode 151. Like I've done kind of the past couple of episodes now, I'm just gonna show you like just a big general update, all of the projects that I'm working on, a couple of books that I'm reading, kind of stuff like that, instead of a more like segmented podcast episode. Which I don't know, I could talk so much more about that, but I think it's just I'm in a little bit of a different season of life now than I was, and I don't want to have to put so much, thought and planning into this podcast when it's supposed to be this kind of fun thing to do, as this big like passion project kind of as a whole. So, anyway, I guess the heart of it, this is a side business, something I do on the side, something I love doing and enjoy doing, and I don't want that to change. And so changing the way the podcast is done just a little bit kind of helps with that for sure. But anyways, all of that said, let's hop right into it today with a couple of things that I'm working on. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm working on some fun projects finally. I have started a few fun things since we last talked. So moving right along, I do have only one finished object to share, but I love it so much. So I designed this wreath. This pattern, I believe, is going to come out like at the very beginning of December, I think. There's like a semi-specific date because it's a collaboration with Hobie, but I'll be posting about it and sharing more soon, like when this podcast goes live. But this is the wreath that I finished. I love it so much. I am so happy with how this turned out. It is like exactly what I envisioned, which, I mean, it happens a decent bit, I suppose, just because I've been able to, grow as a knitter and crocheter and designer as a whole. I'm better at envisioning what I want and then making something to look like it. Just having the knowledge, to do so. Obviously that comes with growth, right? But for this project in particular, I just wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make the vision come to life, if you will, but I did, and I love it so much. So this is a wreath form that I crocheted a big long strip with just single crochet, and then I sewed it using the whip stitch on the back, which you can tell a little bit, but it's not bad at all, and it's hidden because it's on the back. I'm so happy with how that turned out. And then I made all of these individual little flowers and leaves, which were basically like the flowers themselves were just crocheted strips, and I kind of sewed them in a specific way to get them to look like a flower, and then I hot glued them in place like all together, and I just love it so much. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So yeah, I'm really excited to display this in the winter. It's like kind of supposed to be wintry. That's what I was going for, with just the more subtle tones. There's some red and green in there intentionally for Christmas, but I also really love like the Christmas palettes with the lighter greens and lighter pinks as well, so I wanted to incorporate some of those, and yeah, I love it so much. I love it so much. Also, side note, ignore the fact that this shelf is basically completely empty. I have some yarn coming in for some fall projects, and so that's why it's built in there but empty. So it's a good thing that it's empty, but it's about to be filled. It just looks interesting right now on the camera, I'm realizing. But anyway, so that is my finished object for this week. Like I said, I love how it turned out so much, and I'm excited to launch that pattern. It's really simple too, so don't be intimidated by the fact that you have to make everything individually and put it together. Like, it's not difficult. It's so fun and so easy to customize, and I love projects like that. It provides a lot of room for your own creativity, which I think is fun. Okay, moving along, my first whip. I started a new pair of socks recently, just to kind of have something on hand, and I love them already. So I've had this yarn in my stash for quite a while now. It is, I don't even know, Osterman maybe? Step 6, I guess, is the line. And this is the colorway Okay, I think it's literally called My Colors, which is kind of funny because these are kind of my colors, I guess. I don't even know. That does not make a whole lot of sense to me, but oh well. It's just a standard 75-25 superwash wool nylon blend, which is like your basic sock yarn. And I love how these are working up. So here's what I have so far. I'm just doing some basic cuff down socks. I'm trying to decide what type of heel I want to do. I think I'm going to go with Afterthought because I just love the way that those fit my foot. But yeah, I'm kind of still trying to figure that out, I guess. But I love it so much. It's been so fun to work on, kind of here and there when I have time, just as something completely mindless, which is so nice and appreciated. That I'm using my Success Socks pattern, technically, which is just a standard cuff down vanilla sock recipe. It's free on Ravelry if you want to check it out. And then next up, I have a test knit, actually. So it has been so long since I have done a test knit. I used to do it all the time, and I haven't done one in quite a while now, but I am doing one for Callie. I really hope I'm saying her name right. I think it is pronounced Callie. I can envision the way that it's spelled, but I'm not sure I've heard her say it herself, which kind of makes sense. I think it's Callie though. Anyways, I am doing a test knit for Needles in Life, who is a friend that I've had for so long. I love her so much. I followed her on Instagram forever. I've done like a little blog post with her before in the past for the Nubbly socks. I've test knit for her before, I think just once, if I remember correctly. But yeah, anyway, I love following her on social media. She has the sweetest little daughter and kind of shares pieces of motherhood too. Yeah, I love it. But anyways, I am test knitting her adult playdate tee pattern. So this is a pattern that she designed for children and launched it, and now she is designing and launching the adult version, which I think is so sweet and fun. And here's what I have so far. So this is just a top-down raglan knit tee. It uses DK weight yarn, so it's really nice weight. You can't see it super well, and I realize that on these needles because it's kind of to the point where it's scrunched up a little bit, but it's going so well. I'm close to splitting for the sleeves, but not quite there yet. So I'm really hoping to get there over the course of the next day or so, because it's a goal that I've had all week to get to that point, and the week has been nuts and I've had no time to knit. But nonetheless, I love it. The increases are done with yarn overs, and I just love the way that looks so much. That said, I do see myself making another one of these exact tees and doing make ones for the increases instead of yarn overs, just to like avoid the holes, because I really love the look of that too, and I know that I'm going to love the fit of this tee as a whole. So anyways, I kind of have that in the back of my mind. But yeah, it's going so well. I'm enjoying it so much. Let's see if I have a new skein of this yarn that I can easily tell you the colorway of. It is, oh, I do, yay, that's awesome. Okay, I'm using Hobie Kind Feather. I actually was totally going to tell you the wrong name, so I'm glad that I grabbed this. Hobie Kind Feather, like I said, words tapped out. Hobie Kind Feather, 100% premium acrylic, anti-pilling yarn, and this is a DK weight number 3. So yeah, and then this is the colorway 27. So it's like a really light gray, kind of a little more white than gray maybe, but it's definitely not like pure white. I'm already pushing it with me owning a shirt that I've knit this light of a color, but I'm hoping that I don't regret it. I have like a couple of pairs of pants that I want to wear this fall that would look so good with this color of top, so that's my hope behind it. And hopefully it pans out the way that I want it to. But anyways, that is the next project that I'm working on. I'm actually going to leave that ball in the bag because I'm going to need it soon. And then the last project that I am working on is a new hat design. It is almost fall. We are literally a week away from fall, the first day of fall technically, which is when I'm going to release a new hat pattern, and I am so pumped. Today is actually the slightest bit chilly outside. It's just overcast and it's been rainy, and it is just absolutely amazing. It makes me so excited for the fall and winter season for sure. But I am designing a new knit beanie pattern, and I love the way that it's turning out. So I am using Knit Picks Mighty Stitch Worsted. This is a pretty new yarn. I'm using the colorways Ash Heather and Spruce Heather. So like a really light blue and gray, and I'm holding them together to kind of create a bulky weight yarn and a marled look. And this is what I have so far. If I can show you accurately, I'm just doing like a really squishy kind of slip stitch rib textured beanie, and I love it. It's going to be so cozy. So the job that I have, I'm a barista for a coffee shop near me, and it's a 7 Brew actually. You might have one near you or you might not. They're kind of in the process of literally exploding right now, so some people know about it and some people don't, but regardless, that's where I work, one of my jobs, and we are required to wear hats as health code. And in the winter, we're going to be able to wear like actual beanies like this. So I want to have a few to wear, a few new ones. I think that would be fun. So if I'm brave enough to wear, you know, something on big, it's like a mindset. You just have to get past it. But anyways, nonetheless, I kind of have that in my mind for this beanie, and I love it so much already. It's been so fun to work on. I love knitting and designing beanies so much. So I'm really excited to be back in this season of doing so. So exciting. Alrighty, and that is it for all of the projects this week. I do have a book that I am just starting to go through. I was given the opportunity to take part in a small group with a few people that I know and a whole bunch of people that I don't, but am in the process of getting to know. And it has been so, I mean, we have only met once, and it has been so amazing. Such a huge answer to prayer. I've just personally been in a very just difficult season of life this summer of just not having peers but craving them, and I'm finally kind of getting out of that and making a couple of friends, dear friends, at work, and participating in a couple of small groups near me, and it has just been the most beautiful journey and just a huge praise moment for sure. But this is the book that we are going through as a small group. It's called Hi God, It's Me by Georgia Brown, and it's all about prayer and just kind of learning how to pray, learning how to talk to our Heavenly Father as both, you know, our holy one and only God, but also our best friend. Because that's what we're invited to do as his followers, and it's just so beautiful. And so I'm excited to learn more about it through this book, and just learn, you know, I don't really believe that there's like a right and wrong way to pray, but I do believe that it is a holy and sacred moment at the same time that it is a raw and vulnerable moment. And so I want to be able to just balance all of those emotions well and let it be a first resort instead of a last resort. So anyways, we're walking through this. I followed this person on Instagram forever, and have like listened to her podcast and stuff, so it's really cool to be able to read the book that she wrote. And I'm super excited to dive more into it, so I can share more as the weeks go by, just some specific things that stand out, but I already highly recommend it. It's really good. And obviously doing it in a small group setting is so sweet and precious and amazing, and again, such an answer to so many prayers, so many. It's been really, I'm really grateful for it. And yeah, I think that's about it actually. I am super excited to launch some patterns coming up in the foreseeable future for the fall and winter season. I am so excited. I have been anxiously waiting these months to just launch some more hat patterns and socks and just things that are cooler weather friendly, because that is when knitters and crocheters thrive, for sure. For sure. Summer is hard. It's beautiful in its own way, but hard if you are a knitwear designer, I think. A knitwear designer who doesn't love to wear hand knit garments in the summer. I think that's the kicker, personally. But anyways, thank you so much for watching and for sticking around through just different seasons of life and inconsistent posting and stuff like that. I am so thankful for each and every one of you, and so thankful that you are here. Let me know in the comments below what you have been working on lately, or you're excited about for fall. What is your favorite like fall drink? Do you like pumpkin spice lattes? Do you like chai? Do you like, I saw that Starbucks came out with some apple something. Is that good? Yeah, let me know anything and everything. And like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again next time. Bye.